pas dû arriver souvent ça. Ouais, c'est ça. Ouais, ça, tu compenses en fait. Ouais. J'ai mis le truc de Thierry Henry. Le temps n'arrête pas le temps, mais c'est le temps de ma montre. Non mais c'est pareil. C'est quand je vois qu'il dit deuxième partie de sa vidéo là, il met mec, quatrième carton, il reste 4 minutes 52. Il y a 59 minutes de vidéo. Je fais, mais non. Je suis, ah, c'est atroce. Bah écoute, moi c'est good, hein. Non, j'ai pas mis le son du truc. Euh, Dave oh, alors là, ça me bouge, ça m'en toucherait une sans bouger l'autre. Ouais, bah moi aussi, mais bon. Oui, bah, ouais. Hop. Ouais, ouais, moi j'ai rechangé un truc aussi parce que j'avais le petit Dishon Jackson qui est blessé. Allez, quand tu veux, go. Euh, En full purple. Baltimore, la neige, ouais, si ça peut arriver clairement, hein. Ouais, mais après je t'avouerai que si y a la neige, je vais me foutre en noir, tu vas te foutre en orange, hein. Bah tu vas peut-être t'en foutre en orange, non? Ouais, t'es con. Ouais. Ah, pardon, c'est pas ça qu'on voulait dire. Hop, ça c'est sûr. Pour... Ouais, bah tu lui dis, t'as qu'à te qualifier, tu fermes ta gueule. Ouais. Bon match à toi. Ouais. Ouais, bah ça se sent, bah déjà, il joue et puis il répond à ceux qui lui parlent sur le chat et tout. Et puis il y a des gars, il y a des gars qui lui demandent ce qui se passe et tout, et quoi, il débriefe son match. Ah, ouais, c'est pour ça, moi je reviens, je quitte toujours et je reviens toujours dans les maillots, voir s'il n'y a pas eu un truc qui s'est pas chié. Be ready. 24-6, ça y est, j'avais pas vu le score. On va faire part tout de suite. Je suis un abruti. Bah, vu qu'il y a eu Simu sur mon dernier match, c'est tous mes backups qui jouent là. J'ai oublié ce petit détail. euh... Merde. En plus, là, j'ai pensé à changer mon comment ça s'appelle? Mon punter, enfin mon kick returner, mais j'ai pas pensé à ça, tiens. Je crois que j'avais changé que ça. Ah non, j'ai changé tout le monde. Oh gros, je pète les couilles. Ouais. Je crois que c'est bon. Ouais, non, ça devrait... Ça devrait...
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jackson now. This is intercepted.
Ah, je l'ai lancé exprès comme ça, mais je pensais pas qu'il allait être si lent. Enfin, Darby, je sais qu'il court vite, mais quand même, du Vernet, merde. Je suis là. Bah ouais, c'est ça que j'ai pas compris. Puis il saute mal, quoi. Ouais, bon, tant pis.
Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this
J'ai
time.
une réputation de choqueur à tenir aussi, attends.
That's a heck of a start.
Ouais, mais on connaît.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to match.
Tu peux faire pause 2 secondes, si ça te dérange pas.
Through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Wilson. That's taken in by Dulcich. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Again, it's Williams. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. There's Wilson to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Greg Dulcich, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Now it's Jackson. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. He'll get this down to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
He'll buy some time right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the first down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the counter, it's Edwards. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Baron Browning, the one who brought him down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The storm windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. And this returnable for Hill. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Edwards. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
There you go, partner. That's some old school football right there. You need 1 yard? Give it to your bruiser at fullback and let him get the job done.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Rolling to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Ray certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he will have a Ravens first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Now it's Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
2nd and 6. Jackson will throw again. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. So now it's 2 straight drives that end with an interception.
And the first time, the first interception, they ended up getting 6 points out of it and taking the lead. Now they have an opportunity to increase that lead after their second pick on 2 drives.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Williams. And some space here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 19 and a first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Throwing is Wilson. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They go back to the ground with Williams. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's 2nd and 9. Here comes Hamler on the jet sweep. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on 3rd. To throw is Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Patrick. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd and 4. They can still get a first down without scoring. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Wilson. Touchdown! Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They run once more with Edwards. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play, because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Jackson. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Edwards. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. On 2nd and goal, Jackson setting up the screen here to Edwards. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards from 3 yards out. And the Ravens get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. Tucker with the extra point. And this is major for the whole game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They go play action with Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a give up the middle to Williams. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 53 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in there, and it's 4th down.
I see the surprise on the face there, partner. That is a real completion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is fielded at the 7. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half. Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw here. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. .39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he is going to lose yardage here. It ends up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. They try to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down. But this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
The kick by McManus is good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Wilson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Calling a loss of 5 and then sacked to bring up 3rd down. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to skin the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And pressure coming, and they got it once again. Calais Campbell providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're steering it 4th and 1. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Bateman's got it on the crossing route here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Jackson to Bateman there. First down, Ravens.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Jackson now. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Play action. It's Jackson. On the move to his left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson, and this is caught by Watkins. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Here's Jackson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They try the left side here. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Here's Jackson to throw. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
2nd down and goal. Jackson. His pass caught at the 4. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 4 now, 3rd and goal. Edwards.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. Fourth quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. Jackson's going to try the sneak. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Ravens have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They're going to try and run for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the fourth. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. 75 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's it's Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Wilson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Justin PK working his way to the quarterback that time. And they got zone coverage and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Big 3rd down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards, as they hope to move it a little closer. Now it's Wilson. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not easy to hold into. So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield. So they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when they shifted into high gear, he was absolutely there. No substitute for speed. We talked about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Play action. Now Wilson. Finds Dulcich out left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
On first down, Murray. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. On the delay, this is Murray, and he'll be taken down at the 34.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They've got one chance left to keep this one going. I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration, because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Ravens going to move on to another week in these playoffs as we see